Hey guys, welcome to Gregsbeerreviews today. It's Beer 30. Let's go take a walk, see what's in the fridge today. Oh yeah. Hey guys, thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews today. Look what we got here. Bourbon Barrel Aged Narwhal. And I thought the Narwhal, the regular version of this, was a 10. I mean, I absolutely love it. Uh, and now we got the Bourbon Barrel Aged, or barrel aged. I don't know if it's actually bourbon or whiskey or what barrels they use. We're going to try to decipher that here during the review. This is a highly sought after beer, and I was damn lucky to get my hands on this, and I was damn lucky to even pick up a couple of extra bottles. This was sent to me by Ryan, and I was actually, after Ryan sent this to me, was able to get a few more from Chris down at Lucan's Liquor. It was a walk-in only beer available at their store, and I called him and asked him if I could get one or two, and he said, I'll send you one, and I talked him into sending me two. What we're going to end up doing, I'm going to review this one now, and I'm going to age one probably 5 years, and then I'm going to age another one probably 10 years and see if it changes the complexity. I'm not going to trade them, I'm not going to get rid of them, I'm not going to sell them, so don't ask. I hate to be that way, but that's the way it is. I probably won't be lucky enough to get my hands on another one of these for quite some time. They're highly sought after, and they sell out as soon as they show up. So I feel damn lucky to have gotten my hands on 3 of these, and Ryan, thanks a bunch for rounding this one up and sending it to me. But I do have 2 others, and like I said, we're going to date them, and I don't know if it has a date on the bottle or not. I haven't noticed it. It's a dark beer in a dark bottle. It's really hard to see it. I haven't noticed anything on the label, but we are definitely going to mark the other 2 and age them for a considerable time, maybe 5 years on the first one, and on the second one, and maybe 10 years on the next one. And if I'm lucky enough next year to get my hands on some more, so be it. But I'm gonna guard these with my life, and they are not available for trade or sell or whatever. So, with that being said, we're gonna get on with this one. This is Sierra Nevada's Barrel Aged Narwhal Imperial Stout. It is a 12.9%, which is kicking the door down on 13%. I think the IBUs on this one is 62. So the bittering hops they're using this are Challenger. The malts are 2-row pale, caramel, chocolate, honey, carafa 3, and roasted barley, according to Beer Advocate. We have several different commercial descriptions. Great Beer says barrel aged narwhal is our deliciously dark imperial stout aged in Kentucky bourbon barrel. So this is a bourbon barrel aged beer. Barrel aging is a strange science that mellows some of the characteristics of the original beer while intensifying others. Narwhal's aggressive roastiness has calm, but the rich chocolate-like malt backbone is brought to its fore. Black as midnight, this intense stout is complex with notes of cocoa and espresso balanced with hints of vanilla and toasted coconut from the oak cask. Nearly as rare as its nautical namesake, try barrel-aged narwhal while you can, because, like the creature itself, it will soon dive into the depths and leave nary a trace behind. Like I said, when it shows, it's limited, it disappears, and it's gone. So if you're not at the right place at the right time, you lose. And that's the way a lot of these highly sought after beers are. And like I said, I mean, I thought the regular version of this was outstanding, so I can just imagine what's in store here once we get the cork out of this bottle. They're out of Chico, California, and they also are opening up a brewery in North Carolina, and hopefully they're going to brew some of this stuff once that's up and running at full steam. I sure hope so. That means the availability may increase here in Virginia. I sure hope they're not going to keep making this in Chico and not make it here down in North Carolina. Whereas I'm in Virginia, and North Carolina is the next state down. I would if it's not going to be available here, I would gladly drive down there to get it. And like I said, but still, it's kind of limited. You usually can only get your hands on one bottle or two if you're lucky when it does show up. So, Chris at Lukens, thank you, brother. I do appreciate you stepping out of the boundaries there, even though I was a walk-in customer in Florida, and sending me a couple of bottles of this for me to age. So, with that being said, I read you the commercial description at Rate Beer. Beer Advocate basically says the same thing. It's got the same commercial description. So let's get over to the food pairings. Food pairings for this beer, since it is an Imperial Stout, it says chocolate. So it's going to be a little heavier in the bourbon taste, more than likely. A little boozy, almost 13% at 12.9. Chocolate, big chocolate notes, so probably go well with your chocolate dishes. Just be aware it's going to be a little heavier on the boozy side if you can tolerate that while you're eating your brownie or chocolate cake or whatever chocolate dish you're pairing with it. It doesn't have a meat for this. It may go well with your very strong dishes. If you're eating pasta, I would say this probably wouldn't work. But if you're eating something, some kind of smoked or barbecued whatever, or something that's very strong, it may be tolerable to drink with that. But excuse me, you may like to drink this with ice cream. You know, you might pour some of this in a glass and throw some vanilla ice cream in it and just love it to death. If that makes your hair go back or your socks blow up, by golly, do it. Can be sold for long periods under the proper conditions. Glassware, pint, becker, non tumbler, or a snifter. I'm definitely going to use the double glass for this one, guys. So without me flapping my gums any further, I think we've discussed everything we need to. Let's get the cage off of this one. Since we did a outstanding beer yesterday with the Pliny the Elder, I thought it was very appropriate. That was a 10 beer. It probably would have been an 11 beer, but the scale only goes to 10. So let's see where this one goes. Very nice cork. Sierra Nevada written on it. I don't see a date on the cork. A lot of them do that kind of stuff. See if I'm strong enough to get the cork out of this. Well, I got it to turn, but it's tight. There we go. You ready for the pop? Pop! It doesn't come rushing out like some of those do. It's in the cork bottle and it's spewing out all over the damn place. That's a good thing. Down the center. This is the great big bottle. And that's all I'm going to pour. Wow. Wow. Still got this much in the bottle. Lucky me. Alright guys, about almost 2 fingers of head on an aggressive pour. Looks very good. Nice head for almost a 13% beer, don't you think? I do. Over to the light, there is none. It is pitch black. Black as night. Black as used motor oil, as I say. Looks very good in the glass. Nice off-white, tan, khaki-colored head. A lot of small bubbles around the outside of the glass. A few bigger ones from that aggressive pour. Let's get a nose on this one. Oh, I can smell the bourbon. I don't drink bourbon anymore, guys. I gave up liquor many years ago. I used to drink liquor. And brown liquor used to make me mean as hell. So I switched over to the clear liquors like tequila and vodka and such as. And that didn't make me quite as mean. But it made me a drunk. I was drinking Long Island iced teas and a lot of that kind of stuff, screwdrivers, and a lot of stuff that has the clear liquor or the light liquors in it. And then I just decided I didn't want to be a drunk anymore. So stopped sessioning beers, stopped drinking liquor, and now I only have 2 or 3, maybe 4 on a bad day, and I'm done. I don't drink beer to get drunk anymore. A lot of times it happens though when you start drinking 13, 14, 15, even 19, like some of the Averys are 19 and 20 some percent. You drink a 1 or 2 of those and you got your buzz going on. Yeah, you might not think you're drunk, but you got a serious buzz going on. So, with that being said, guys, it's got a wonderful bourbon aroma, roasted malt, chocolate, slightly booziness to it at 13%. That's why I want to cellar a couple of these and see how that booziness subsides up to 5 or even 10 years on the second bottle. But right now, the bourbon is there, slight alcohol, roasted malt, maybe a hint of vanilla and some chocolate. And the vanilla comes from the oak barrels. Wow, smells wonderful. See if we can get a 10 out of this. Cheers, everybody. Let's get it on. Cheers, Nick. Ryan. I do appreciate it. Oh, wow. Ryan, this is delicious. This is delicious. I hope you picked up some of this for yourself. And I'm sure you did. Or you can. Wow. Chocolate, vanilla, roasted malt, maybe a hint of some dark fruit, plums, dates, raisins. Wow. A lot of times when I review a stout, or even an imperial, especially an imperial stout or an imperial porter that's aged or not aged in bourbon barrels, I'll say the only way this could be better is to age it in bourbon barrels. And a lot of people don't like the taste of bourbon. I've got a friend that loves stouts, but he doesn't like the barrel aged version because he overdid it one time in his younger life and drank too much bourbon one night, and I think he may have had it coming back out through his nose and every other orifice on his body, and now he doesn't like bourbon. But I do. I've never done that. I've drank enough beer and liquor to float a battleship around, so the saying goes, but not enough usually to get sick off of. In my very, very young days, I drank some crazy stuff that I did have come back out through my nose. We won't go into that too much. Some of the used to be like Boone's Farm, Strawberry, and Mad Dog 2020. Some of those wines, man. When I was a very young fella, 18, 19, 20, I did drink some of that. Drank too much of that stuff on a couple of occasions and got sick as a dog. So I learned not to do that too often. Wow. The coconut. Now that it's getting a little warmer, the coconut is coming out. And as it warms up, it's right out of the fridge, 40 degrees. As it warms up, the coconut's going to come out. The chocolate, the roasted malt is going to get more intense. So could we have 2 10s in a row? Damn sure we're looking like it. We're going to let the other half have some of this, and we'll come back and do the final chug here shortly. Might have to fire up a cigar on this one. I'll be back in a minute, guys. Alright guys, I'm back. Got just a little left from this. I've been enjoying a nice punch bare knuckle cigar while I was drinking on this. Been sipping on it now for probably about 45 minutes. It's up to room temperature. This beer is awesome. I gave the regular Narwhal a 10, I believe, and this is definitely a 10. And if the scale went to 11, this will be an 11 on the scale, just like we did the one yesterday from the Pliny. It is awesome. If you can get your hands on this beer and you're a stout, especially a bourbon barrel stout lover, you're going to love this beer. It's delicious. It's delicious. I can't think of anything that I would change or do different on this beer to make it more enjoyable. It is everything that you want in a bourbon barrel aged stout. I'm not going to lie to you. Got a little bit of a buzz on this one. Almost 13%er. Very tasty. Very, very tasty. Let's do the final chug on this one. And I hate to do it because this is a sipper, not a chugger. The other half loved it, and I knew she would. I mean, she's tasted everything that I reviewed, guys, and we're up to 1,550 some beer reviews, and it's pretty tasty. It's awesome. Dark fruit, vanilla, chocolate. Roasted malt. The bourbon is there. The chocolate is there. The vanilla is there. The coconut is there. It's delicious. Final chug. If you drink this whole bottle by yourself, you're going to have your buzz on, no doubt. And I shared the other half of this with her. And she loved it. She did. A lot of people are asking for her to get on camera. That may happen in 2015. I might talk her into coming out and just setting and commenting on some of the beers that I'm reviewing. We'll see what happens. She's kind of camera shy. She don't want to get on camera and all that kind of stuff. But you might see that happen. We'll see. We'll see what happens if I can talk her into it. But anyway, back to this beer. It's delicious. It's an 11 on the scale of 10, which my beer reviews go to 10. So yeah, you know where I'm going with this. And this has a bottled on date. It says 10/16 of 2014. So 11, 12. Not quite 2 months old. So and they're dating their stuff. And this beer is going to keep for years and years and years if you sell it correct. Wow. Wow. I'm glad I've got 2 more bottles. And like I said, I'm going to date them. I already have a date on them, but I'm going to date them with a piece of tape on the back of it when I got them. And we'll do one in about 5 years, and hopefully if I got the willpower, we'll do another one in about 10 years and see how it changes their ages or how those flavors come together. For almost 13% beer, the alcohol is there, but it's very mellow. You can drink this now or you can cellar it. It's a great beer to have now or a great beer to cellar, whatever you want to do with it. And like I said, I'm so glad I got 2 more bottles of this that I can do that with. And that's what we're going to do. Like I said, I'm going to mark this, and we're going to do one in about 5 years, and we'll do one in about 10 years. And if I can get another one, we'll maybe age one 20 years. If I'm old and feeble and can still hold a beer glass to my lips, we'll see what happens in about 20 years. So, with that being said, guys, this is a 10. I'm going to give it to 10, and over to Beer Advocate says 97 world class. I'm going to disagree with that. It's a 100. It is a 100 beer. If I don't know what would blow their hair back to give this a 100. It has the bourbon, it has the roasted malt, it has the vanilla, it has the coconut, it has the chocolate, it has the dark fruit. I mean, what's it take for you guys for it to be that impressive to you? This is pretty damn impressive. Wow, I loved it. I guess you can tell that already. Alright, we're going to go over to Rate Beer. Rate Beer says 100 overall and 94 in the style. And their style numbers don't reflect a lot of ratings that the guys give it, and they're averaging out percentages and all that kind of stuff. But to me, it's 100 overall and 100 in the style. It is. I mean, I don't think I'd want any more bourbon flavor in it. I don't think I'd want any more chocolate flavor in it. I don't think I'd want any more of anything in it. It is a quintessential. When you look up a bourbon barrel Russian Imperial Stout in the dictionary, you don't have a picture of at least one of these guys in the picture. So as far as I'm concerned, it is a great beer. So if you can get your hands on one of these, or if you have got your hands on one of these, let me know what you think of it. I thought it was excellent. I thought it was awesome. I thought it was outstanding. I thought it was world class. So happy that I got 2 more of these to cellar. And like I told you earlier in the beer reviews, they're not available for trade. They're not available to sell. They're not available for anything other than for me to cellar. So don't ask. With that being said, if you've had this one from Sierra Nevada, this is a barrel-aged, bourbon barrel-aged Narwhal Imperial Stout. Let me know what you think of it. I think it's one of the best. It is. It is definitely worth putting your hands on if you're into this style of beer. So with that being said, we're going to wrap this one up. Guys, 2 10s in a row. You get 3? Come on back tomorrow. We'll find out together. See you then.